Going to open up Pixlr E. So just type in Pixlr, Pixlre. And what you want to do is search for somebody online. So here I've taken one of my favorite artists, Georgia O'Keeffe, but you can search for anybody that you want for this one. This is just a practice. Then we're going to stylize it. So once you have chosen your image, dragged it to your desktop, you're now ready to stylize, which is super easy. Just click Open Image, select your image. What I'll do is I'll actually take this one. This is a different one that I got, but she's in color. So let's do this one in color. So I'm going to go Open, and Full HD is fine. Click Apply. And what we're going to do is just do Adjustment, Desaturate. That will take the color out. Adjustment, Posterize. Drag the slide bar up until you find some shapes that you really like in the face. Can go right up. Okay, I will keep it nice and simple and click Apply. Now what we want to do is go to File, Save. Save it as a medium should be fine for what we want because we're actually going to just trace over it and click Save As. Desktop, save. So your file is now saved. I am going to just slide across to my desktop. Here it is. And what we're going to do is click the plus or minus and zoom right up. This is only a practice, so you only need just a little bit of the face. You don't have to have the whole face for this one. Okay, so you want to take a tracing paper, put your lino on top of it. Just use the corner so we can save the rest for somebody else. So don't put it in the middle. That you want of your person. Hold your tracing paper, and now we are going to trace. If you would like a little bit of masking tape, you could do that. The other option is you could also print your image and then trace, but you'd have to enlarge it. So I'm just taking a section. So I'm just going like this, just lightly. You don't want it to mark your laptop. So there is our tracing. Now, when we carve on Lino, it's going to print the opposite way. So what we can do is if we trace it this way, it's going to be reverse. But then when we print it, it's going to print the way that we want. Okay, so now what we're going to do is trace this onto our Lino. The easiest way to do this is just to hold it down in place and just color back on top. Sometimes using a roller can work if you're using a nice dark pencil. I had some students figure out that if you roll it, it presses everything in one go. But on a small one, I don't mind doing it this way. And you can just check, so you can see it there. So this is transferring your design. Now we have to take a Sharpie. We're going to work out the black and white contrast. You can use your posterized image as a guide, or you can make it up yourself. If you make marks, none of that's going to affect your carving. Now what we want to do is carve. Now when you're carving, there are tools, different size tools. It's probably a little hard to see, but when you look at the point of the tools, they are in a U shape or a V shape. And the V's are great for outlining, so that's a U, U's. But anyway, you put your hands to the side and you're not digging down. You're gliding through. So we're gliding, gliding. Now when you reach the end, don't just pull because it can pull and cut. So I would turn it the other way round now and just cut the other way. Just cut it off. So I can come in here. Be completely white, I have to be very careful of the ridges that are formed. Now I don't have to go down too deep, but if I don't want any bumps, I need to take out all those ridges. But the ridges and the lines, the accidents that you get in printmaking add character and make it look really, really interesting. So don't worry if you get lines that you weren't planning. You can always wash the ink off and carve more if you need to. But you may find you actually quite like some of the happy accidents. Printmaking has so many happy accidents. If you're taking all the ridges out and it's going to be white, it doesn't actually matter which way that you're carving. But if the ridges are a part of your design, then it's a bit like colouring. You want to go the same way. Unless you're intentionally doing cross-hatching. We're just going to do a basic black print, which is great for a test print. So you'll need a long tray, long because we're going to roll the ink and not the square one. Your lino, scrap paper, 2 of them, so that way you've got lots of space to work. Now with the ink, it's not paint. So you dip and you twist it and we put it across the top like this, about the length of a roller. Okay, and I just rest this like this, out of the way. Okay, so what we want now is, here's the length of a roller, so this is called a brayer. And what we do is we tap into the ink and pull it down. You roll vertical and horizontal. Hear that sticky sound? That's what you want. Up and down, sideways. This is where you'll see what areas the ink catches on. Remember, you can always carve again after this print. We ink in a messy area and normally we move it to a cleaner area so that way the paper does not get messy. But so that you can see it on the camera, I'll just put it here so you can see it better. Then what we do is you place your paper, make this nice and straight, on top, press so it sticks, and then we use a clean brayer. So we have a clean brayer, and now we're just going to put pressure down right to the edges. And then we peel it off. Very cool. So now you want to have a look at some of these lines. We would wash the ink off, and I think I would carve out a bit more in this area, but I actually really like these lines, so I think I would keep those. I'd just tidy up my edge, and I would tidy up this area here.